Ladies and gentlemen, warm welcome on board. Groke Technologies with its crew is happy to see you, and we are glad that you are joining us on this journey today. 皆様、Groke Technologies のリリースイベント、ザ・ローンチへようこそ。私は司会者のヘイキ・バルカマです。本日はどうぞよろしくお願いします。My name is Heikki Valkama, host of this event. During this event, we will navigate towards the future of seafaring. This event is, of course, about the oceans and the vessels, but also about sophisticated marine technology, artificial intelligence, autonomy, safety, and responsibility. Today, you will all witness the launch of a new product, which will help us, you, navigate and travel the seas more safely in the future. We all have different kind of relations to the sea, but today we stand united as safety matters in all conditions, be it in the Sea of Japan or the Finnish archipelago. So what is this new innovation? You will see and hear all about it a bit later, but now some practicalities about how to participate during this event. Please use the opportunity to participate by sending us questions. There is a moderate live chat available throughout the event in both English and Japanese. You can see the chat below video window. Questions will be answered partly live, but also afterwards in the newsletter, which will be sent to all registered participants. もしイベント中に何かご質問があれば、日本語でも構いませんので、チャット機能をご利用ください。We will also ask you questions, both open questions and polls. So please do be active and help us with your own ideas and expertise. And of course, for those who may have to leave before the end, the stream will be available for the later use. Behind Groke Technologies, there is a team with great expertise and enthusiasm for seafaring and marine technology. We will soon introduce them to you, but before that, we would like you to tell us about your enthusiasm and personal background. So please do go to the chat section and tell us what is your relation to the sea. まずはウォームアップです。ぜひチャット部分にあなたと海との関係について教えてください。It could be anything from a memory from the childhood sceneries to a 30-year-old work experience in marine technology or time spent steering the ship through the oceans of the world. What does the sea mean to you? What is your relation to it? I myself grew in Shikoku Island in the city of Tokushima. Every week we sailed across Seto Inland Sea and we went to our boarding school. The boat trip was always an experience. 実は私自身、日本育ちで子供の頃には四国の徳島市に住み、瀬戸内海を毎週渡っていました。With these stories, we will start to tell you the story of Groke. Please welcome ladies Mervi Pitkänen and Mari-Liisa Laihonen and gentlemen Juha Rokka and Iiro Lindborg. Welcome to you all founders of Groke. In the beginning, we asked our audience a question, and I would like to ask the same question to you. So, what is your relationship with the sea? I would like to hear something personal. So, maybe we start with you.
Thank you, Heikki. Sea has always played a central part in my life. I've always lived in a coastal city close by the sea. And most of my free time I've been spending in the Finnish archipelago. And I have this one very strong memory from my childhood. Back in the times we were living in Sweden and we always took the ferries to come back to Finland for holidays. And I just loved the sea and I just loved the vessels and the atmosphere. And that was actually the best part of the whole holiday. And later on when I entered Aalto University to study, so I knew exactly that I wanted to study marine technologies.
Since I was a little child, I spent all summers with my family sailing around the archipelago in Finland. Nowadays I spend summers in our cottage by sea and having a day trips with our boat. Sea have always provided for me the place of relaxation, silence and distance from the hectic city life. It's really a place to stop and enjoy.
Yeah, my background is quite similar to the others as well. So I've lived almost all my life in a coastal town called Rauma. It's a small fishing village, as we call it. And in Rauma we have a saying that sea is your father and sea is your mother. So in that sense, it's really close to everyone who lives there as well.
For me, sea has been part of my professional life last 26 years while I have worked in the maritime sector. On a personal level, I find sea relaxing. I just love to sit by the sea, looking at sea without thinking anything. That's really something that calms me down.
Thank you all. And now we will get to the story behind Grog. We had you all sit down and walk down the memory lane. So please.
I think the longest time we have worked together is between myself and Maria-Liisa. It dates all the way back to 1998 at Akumaster Rauma when I started as a trainee in the warehouse.
Yeah, I still remember those days, even if it was a long time ago. That was a couple of years after I joined the company, and actually those days I worked with your father. So Mervi, I remember when I first met you, that was in 2017 when I joined Rolls-Royce Ship Intelligence. And when I came to office, I was so glad that there was another lady there.
I remember that very well. I had just started before you came, and I was so happy that there was another lady coming to the crew too. And we started to work with funding activities, and after that with Juha we started to work with funding strategies, and that's basically how we three started to collaborate together.
Yeah, I remember all that, and that last 2 years have been quite a journey for all of us. But we are only beginning of something really big.
When we started thinking of name for the company, if you remember, there was a bit of a boom going on in Finland on the ice hockey front. And there was this one player called Mörkö, and Mörkö translates to Groke in English. And we used that as our kind of working title for the company name. But then over time, that kind of grew into us, and we started using that as the official name and added technologies in the end, if you all remember this.
One funny story in the beginning was also that when we had our first meeting with our first investor Mitsubishi at the Helsinki airport, there was actually Moomin lollipops on the table, and that was kind of the sign for the name. We are a high technology company providing the state-of-the-art solutions to our customer to ensure that ship navigation is safer than never before. We have a wide spread of the competencies in our company, especially artificial intelligence, sensor fusion, user interface technologies are really hard of the company.
The role of our main investor, Mitsubishi, has been really important to us in order to arrange user research work in Japan locally, because we'll be focusing first on the domestic Japanese shipping market. And in order to get best possible solutions out into this segment, we have focused a lot of our time and effort on understanding the customer needs and researching their way of operating vessels today. And this is something where we'll be differentiating ourselves also from the competitors in future.
There was a strong maritime and IT network in place in Finland when we started Groke. We have been able to deepen the cooperation with the network and expand our partnerships all the way to Japan. One good example is our cooperation with Tokyo University of Marine Sciences and Technology. We have been working with them in classification matters. With our strategic partners, we have been able to test and pilot our system in real navigation conditions.
Good indicator from our success is that in addition to an investment from the leading German dry bulk owner and operator Oldendorf, we have been able to secure investments also from local Japanese coastal shipping companies and from a Japanese financing company.
Autonomous maritime development has been in a kind of a standstill for a while already now. We haven't seen that much commercial solutions in place that was possibly envisioned some years back. There has been a lot of proof of concept and developments and demonstrations, and also we have seen these happening around the world actually lately as well. With Grog, we are looking at coming into this domain with our solutions as well, and will be supporting the autonomous system development.
The product we launched today is important stepping stone towards the autonomous navigation systems. It provides the ground truth information about ship surrounding to navigation officer. And in the future, that same information will be used as a part of the autonomous navigation systems.
Groke's aim is that our products answer to the needs of the industry and our investors and the ambitions of the future maritime shipping.
And we also want to provide our customers unique customer experiences when dealing with us. One of these things, for example, is the way we'll be selling our products. We'll be bringing in some new exciting ways of selling systems.
And of course, we want to be the preferred partner among research networks and among our clients.
Even we are now focusing on improving safety. In the future, we will also focus on providing the positive impact to other aspects, like societal, economical, and environmental. There is no really limits what we can do. This is just the beginning of the journey.
Thank you all for sharing the story behind Groke. And I think we promised a news today, and now is the time for the launch. We will see a short video about the launch, and then I will go and discuss the details with the technical team. So welcome, guys. I think you are the bearers of the good news today, but I guess we need some introductions here. So who do we have here?
Hi, so here we have, first of all, Teemu, our hardware lead. He's had a very crucial role in the design of the hardware of the system.
Thanks, Mikko. And on my left side is another Mikko, He is our product manager and having long experience in the software and hardware development.
Thank you, Teemu. And there, the first Mikko is our UI lead, and he's responsible of the development and the design of the user interface in our product.
So 2 Mikkos and Teemu. What did we actually see here on the video?
We saw there our Groke Pro product in action. So the product takes as an input data from multiple sources and creates one situational view for the users. The aim of the product is to reduce the cognitive stress on the bridge, and especially in challenging conditions like in low light and in foggy situations.
Yes, and our product is based on, I would say, 2 main units in addition what we have like an UI on a bridge. So we have a main unit which is locating inside of the vessel, and it's running our sensor fusion and machine vision algorithms. And on the top of the bridge, seeing the same as a captain, we have a sensor unit which do have a 225-degree visual camera for like a daylight view, like a day vision, and a 180-degree thermal camera for night vision use. And in that addition, there are many sensors. We have a dual GNSS for location and vessel heading use. We have an inertial movement unit, and we have an AIS receiver. And the Groke Pro itself is very easy to install to the vessel because we're only needing electricity from the vessel side. And also the sensor unit on the top of the vessel is powered through our own main unit and taking electricity over the Ethernet.
So Teemu mentioned sensor fusion. It sounds very interesting. Could you tell more about it?
Yes, so the sensor fusion basically means that we utilize the data from different sensors. So we got the cameras for the machine vision, and then we have AIS receiver and the radar. And we combine data from all of those sensors into one unified view for the user. And these different sensors have different kind of weaknesses and different strengths. So we kind of compensate each other, showing the kind of the unified and the fused view from these sensors.
So if you compared with the other products on the market, what are the major differences?
I think that the sensor fusion that we can show different sensor data as one, and user can easily see that what object on a map is where in the view. So that's one thing. And then we have this thermal blending, so the user can see the thermal camera image and the visual camera image at the same time on the screen on top of each other. And also we have modern and intuitive user interface in our system.
So I would say that now would be a perfect time to take a closer look at the user interface. And now, when you and your team planned the user interface, what were the major targets and motivations in the process?
So our design philosophy has been about making a great product that is simple to use and looks beautiful. Our goal is to solve hard real-world problems and at the same time provide a great user experience. So we try to really understand what are the problems that the operators have and the captains have. We try to understand what is the kind of information that is relevant to the users and try to visualize that. And stability, security, and accuracy have been really important aspects for us, and we have spent a lot of time and effort to get those especially right. After the launch, we will be still continuing the product development. We'll be iterating the user experience based on feedback and adding new features and providing over-the-air updates frequently. So the development will still continue normally. We're using also modern tools and technologies to create this modern user interface that can visualize information in 2D, 3D, AR, and in ways like that.
So how did you end up in the solutions we've seen here?
So we started with doing user studies. We interviewed captains and operators in different ships and different conditions. Then we created our first prototypes, and after that we started the active development period. And now we have been piloting the features for several months now, and we understand really well how the system works in real life situations. And we've been continuously now iterating the UX based on the pilot feedback also.
So actually, what is new about this user interface?
So a couple of things. I'd say two distinctive features are that we have a seamless blending of the day and thermal camera. We also have a configurable caution zone that the user can define. Then we have an upcoming unique 3D view. Of course, also our application is localized. We provide it in different languages, English, Japanese from the start, and of course more later on. Then we are using also colors creatively, so the user can easily link information between different views. We have the 2D, 3D AR views, of course, and I'd say also it's important that we are able to provide this real-time experience. So the update of the objects are being updated over 10 times a second. So in comparison to the traditional maritime software, it's actually you can see the movement much more faster.
Okay, I'm asking this from all of you. What is the most interesting feature? What do you think?
I cannot say one, but first of all, that the system is self-sufficient and easy to install and lightweight. And also the thermal blending that helps the user to see clearly in challenging conditions. And also the UI in general is really good.
Yeah, I actually agree with Mikko on all those points. Also, I think one cool feature is that we really try to visualize the detection source. So whether it's AIS, camera, or optionally radar, or a combination of them. So it's clearly visualized for the user what is the source of the detection.
I think that our camera image is actually very, very unique because like the camera image is coming out from the multiple sensors, but like user is seeing it seamlessly integrated as a one image, so there's no gaps in between, and we are creating that one already in the hardware, that camera image.
Okay, so and now our dear audience, after you've been seeing and hearing what is being introduced here, what do you find the most interesting feature in the user interface? So now you can see the results of the poll on your screen, and please do comment and share your thoughts on the results and chat together with the moderators from Groke. And well, final question. How do you see the future of Groke and your product? What will happen next?
Next we have to focus on our customer deliveries and also scale up the production and basically respond to the volumes.
Yes, and after the installations, then we have some units floating there in use. So then we need to collect feedback from the users and develop new features and go forward with the development based on that feedback we get from the actual users.
We have also started design of a new product called Groke Cloud at the moment. It's a remote fleet view of the whole. So when you have multiple Groke Pros installed on multiple vessels, then you can have a unified view of what's happening on the vessels, and you can see historical data and other important analysis.
Okay, thank you, gentlemen. Now we have seen the launch, and as we are here active with the chat, we would also like to know, how do you feel about the future? So there is another poll, another question for you waiting to be answered. Please tell us, where do you see the biggest possibilities for advanced technologies in the seafaring in the future? So one part of the world recognizing the future possibilities with the Grog is Japan. That is where Grog has started from and has been fortunate to start the unique journey with the Japanese market with Mitsubishi as an investor. Now we have a special guest joining us from Japan. Ladies and gentlemen, representing both Mitsubishi Corporation and Grog Japan, please welcome Ms. Ayano Sumiyoshi, Deputy Branch Director. Groke Japan の副支店店長、住吉彩乃さんです。よろしくお願いします。
島国である日本にとって、内航輸送だったり海上輸送っていうのはもちろん重要なものだと思いますし、特に脱炭素化っていうのが非常に叫ばれている今日においては、モーダルシフトの観点からも内航輸送っていうのは非常に重要な意味を持ってくると思います。また内航船市場っていうのは非常に技術革新の余地があるといいますか、伸びしろの余地があって非常に面白い業界なんじゃないかなと個人的にも思っています。さまざまな技術革新っていうのが生まれてくる中で、どうしても世界中を回ってしまってアクセスがしにくい外航船っていうのよりも、まずは日本の内航船で試してみるっていうのは非常に自然な流れだと思いますし、その意味でも昨今非常に多くの実証実験なんかが内航業界で行われてますし、その内航業界っていうのが非常に盛り上がってきているなというのは最近感じていることです。一方で乗組員の不足だったり、乗組員の船員不足、船員の高齢化っていうのは方々でも聞こえてくる社会課題だと思いますし、そういう意味ではいかに技術を使って乗組員の方をサポートできるのか、もしくはいかに魅力的な職場づくりをするのかっていうのが非常に重要なポイントになってくるのだと思いますし、その意味でもグロークの製品っていうのはまさにそういうニーズを満たせるものなんじゃないかなというふうに思っています。グロークのメンバーがもともとロールスロイスで、いわゆる自立運航の走りともいえるような製品を開発してきたっていう経験があることは非常に大きい強みだと思います。あとフィンランドの政府系機関がフィンランドのイノベーションだったり、こういった研究開発っていうのをかなりサポートしてくださってるんですけれども、こういった政府系機関のサポートがあるっていうのも非常に大きい強みだと思います。 例えばこの以前のノウハウだったり、開発経験っていうものだったりとか、もしくはこのサポートっていうのがなくて、一から新しい製品を日本で開発しようとしていたら、時間もコストもかなりかかってきてしまったのじゃないかなと思います。であともう一つはフィンランドの会社で現場から物理的に離れていたので、現場の人の声を聞く、ユーザーの意見を聞くっていうことに非常に注力したのも良かったと思います。ある意味先入観を持たずに、こういう製品が必要なんじゃないかっていう先入観を持たずに、本当に現場の人の方々の声を聞いて、例えば多くのパートナー企業の方々にご協力いただいて、丸1日夜間も含めて貨物船に乗せていただいたりとか、あとはかなり大人数の乗組員の方々のインタビューをさせていただきまして、でそれの声をもとに、機能だったりコンセプトっていうのを決めてきました。これはかなり大きい強みであったし、特徴であったと思います。でまたお客様との接点という観点でいきますと、グロークトライブという会員制専用のウェブサイトを作ってまして、そこで月次で状況のアップデートだったり、ニュースっていうのを発信してきました。で今はかなりメーリングリスト的な使い方をしてきてるんですけれども、今後はその会員制のウェブサイト上でそこを通じてお客様から直接発注ができるような仕組み作りっていうのもしていきたいと考えています。グロークは非常に信頼できる会社だなと思います。真面目ですし、真摯ですし、スピードも非常に速いなと思います。彼らは自分たちのことを大人のスタートアップというふうに呼んでるんですけれども、確かにそうだなと納得できる部分が多くあります。例えば意思決定のプロセスっていうのは非常に速いですし、すぐ新しいものを取り入れて柔軟にやり方を変えながらどんどん物事を進めていくっていう意味では非常にスタートアップだなと思いますけれども、一方で比較的経営陣の年齢も高いですし、経験もあるっていうこともあってか、非常に落ち着いていて、ある意味スタートアップっぽくなくガツガツしていなくて、あと業界がどのように動くのかっていうのを冷静に見極めてるなと思う部分があります。グロークの方々と会うまではフィンランドの人ってほとんど会ったことがなかったんですけれども、一緒に働いてみて驚くほど似ているなと思うことが多いです。例えば非常に謙虚ですし、時には日本人より真面目なんじゃないかと思うぐらい真面目ですし、で空気を読むこともできつつも、一方で自分たちの主張っていうのもきちんとすることができて、かつ周囲がみんなの主張を受け入れるような風土があるので、働いていてとても働きやすいなと思います。グロークで働いてる方はみんな多分グロークのことがすごく好きで、ワクワクしながら働いているなっていうのを一緒に働いていて感じることができますし、そういう意味で私も一緒に働いていて非常に楽しいです。乗組員がより安全により快適に運航ができることだと思います。例えば AIS だったりレーダーだったり海図っていうのがもうこれに全て統合されているので、双眼鏡で例えば外を見て、でそこから右に行ってレーダーを見て、で左に行って AIS を見て、また右に行って海図を見てというふうに右に左にと行ったり来たりする必要がないですし、もうこれ一つで全て見ることができるっていうのは非常に大きい特徴ですし、魅力かなと思います。あともう一つ非常に大きい特徴は夜間での見張りの部分で、通常のカメラっていうのと夜間用の赤外線カメラっていうのを混ぜ合わせるブレンディングという機能を持ってるんですけれども、これをすることで普通に人間が見ている夜間だと見える光だったり光の色っていうものと、あとは赤外線カメラでしか見えない、人の目ではなかなか見えない夜間での物の形っていうのが両方見ることができるので、この夜間でのブレンディング機能っていうのは非常に特徴的ですし、夜間での見張りの見やすさっていうのに大きく向上してくるんじゃないかなというふうに思っています。現在自律運航に関する実証実験だったり研究っていうのは非常にさまざまなところで行われてますし、目覚ましい研究成果っていうのが出てきてると思います。それでもやっぱり全ての船が自律運航になるっていうのはかなりまだまだ時間がかかることですし、かなり難しいことだなと思っています。 例えば純粋にこう船を見つけてそれをどう避けるか考えて避けるっていうことだけであればまだ技術的には可能かもしれないですけれども、実際に乗組員の方々がしてることってそれよりもそんなこう単純なことでもなくて、例えばその船が今どういう状況でだからどれぐらい避ければいいとか、もしくは他の船と実際にこう交信をしてじゃあどういうふうに避けようかっていう話し合いをしていたりしますし、そこはなかなかやっぱり自律運航では達成できないことですし、そういう意味でやはり完全自律運航が全ての船に適用される世界っていうのはかなりまだ先になってしまうんじゃないかなと思います。で一方でやっぱりこの乗組員の高齢化とかっていう社会課題っていうのはもう目前に迫ってきているものではあるので、それよりもやはりこう技術を使ってどういうふうにこの課題を解決するのか、どういうふうにこう乗組員をサポートするのかっていうところに焦点が当てられるべきかなと思いますし、まさにグロークの製品はそれをしているところかなと思います。一方でじゃあこのグロークの技術が自律運航っていうものと全く関係ないのかっていうと、もちろんそういうことではなくて、自律運航がある中でのまず一番最初に必要になってくるこの状況認識の部分っていうのにグロークは使えると思います。一般的な自律運航のプロジェクトでは比較的その先の飛行の部分、飛行アルゴリズムの開発っていうところに焦点が当たりがちかなと思うんですけれども、実はその先の手前の周囲をどう認識するかの状況認識の部分も同じぐらい重要だと思ってますし、グロークはそこの開発っていうのに特化してきているので、そこの部分で使っていただくっていうことはできるのかなと思います。言ってみればその状況認識の部分だけをアウトソースしていただくっていうことができると思ってまして、まず状況認識の部分はとりあえずグロークの技術製品を使っておいて、残りの部分の開発に注力するっていうことができるのかなと思ってます。内航船にグロークの製品がついているのが当たり前の世界が来たらなと思います。数年後に船員の方々がこれなしで運航してたなんて信じられないよね、ずいぶん便利になったよねっていうような会話をしていただけたら非常に嬉しいです。
住吉さん、ありがとうございます。Thank you very much, Ayano. And now we are back here once again with Juha Rokka. Welcome. What do you think about today's event? How was it? How do you feel about it?
I'm extremely happy about it. It's been a great event.
So what happens next? What are your wishes and greetings for our audience?
Well, first of all, thank you everybody joining this event. And it's great to see the large number of the people joining us today. We are now really humbled to serve every customer the best possible way and make a seafaring even safer and more efficient than it's today. And after event survey will be sent to you all by email after this event, and we are happy to hear your opinion and comments. Contact information you can find from the chat, and please don't hesitate to contact us if you have any questions or comments or anything. Next time, actually, possibility to see us is already coming in June. We will be participating in Autonomous Ship Technology Symposium in Amsterdam, so hope to see you soon there.
So if you think about the future months and years of Grog, what do you see in horizon?
First of all, we will be very busy to serve our customers and deliver our products to our customers. Of course, we also continue to develop the new functionalities and features to our product based on this feedback from this event and our upcoming customers. It's extremely important to fulfill the expectation of every single customers in every single delivery we do. Of course, there is autonomous ships are coming in the marketplace in coming years, and we are happy to be part of that transition.
Thank you, and I think it's time to say thank you to you all, and thank you for attending this event, and stay safe and sound on all your sails, and bye for now. And in Japanese, 皆様、グロークのイベントへ参加いただき誠にありがとうございます。またお会いしましょう。さようなら。